In this video, I'm going to be showing you an exercise called 3 position toe raises with no hands. First, be sure to check the video called 3 position toe raises here on my channel, which is going to show you how to do this exercise while holding on to an object in front of you, which helps not only with balance, but with also achieving the proper 8 load joint vertical alignment that is critical for this exercise. So I highly recommend doing it holding on to an object in front of you. Now in this video, I'm going to be showing you how to do 3 position toe raises without holding on to an object, which has its own benefits as well. So I would consider this version without holding on to be definitely more challenging. So this is a more advanced version of this exercise that you'll want to give this a try if you've been doing it while holding on. The second reason why I like teaching this with no hands is because it helps to actually let the shoulders relax down and back, whereas when you're holding on to an object in front of you, it does tend to bring those shoulders forward a little bit. So 3 position toe raises with no hands. The benefit or the purpose is to work muscles of the feet and the lower legs, and the 3 positions, which I'm going to be walking you through, are feet pointed straight ahead, feet out at 45 degrees, and then the feet pigeon-toed. By moving our feet and legs through these 3 positions, we're going to actually activate more muscle fibers throughout our feet and lower legs versus if we had just done the 1 position. So I'm going to show you the setup and how to actually do the exercise. So with your arms relaxed at your sides, you're going to want to place your heels about 5 to 6 inches apart. So I actually recommend that you measure a 1.5 width between your heels. So let's take a moment to do that. What that does is it places the ankle joint right in line with the hip joint, which is going to be critical for us to get the benefit of the exercise. So we also want to turn our toes in slightly so that our feet are pointed straight ahead. So key point here, feet should be pointed straight ahead. What that means is that the outer edges of the feet should actually be straight. Now we're going to relax our arms down at our sides, and we're going to place slightly more pressure into our big toe joint. About 5% more of our weight or more of that pressure is going to go into the big toe joint in order to activate the muscles of the arches of our feet. Now we're going to start the exercise. So keeping our arms relaxed at our sides, we're just going to go straight up and down onto the balls of our feet 10 times. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So the key to doing this is keeping your body vertical. So we're trying to go, I'm going to ask you to try to go straight up and down as you do that. So that was position number 1 with the feet straight. Now position number 2, we want those feet turned out at 45 degrees. So we're going to maintain that heel position with those heels hip width distance apart. We're going to pivot at the heel to turn our feet out to 45 degrees. Now we're going to, again, place about 5% more of our body weight or pressure into our big toe joint in order to activate the arches of our feet. Now when we do that, we want to make sure that we don't just collapse in at the ankle, okay? So we're keeping our weight nice and equally distributed. We're going to just put some gentle pressure into that big toe joint in order to activate those muscles along the undersides of our feet. Go ahead and relax your arms at your sides, and looking straight ahead, you're going to go straight up and down. 2, trying not to shift forward. 3, 4, 5, keeping that pressure in the big toe joint. 7, 8, 9, and 10. And now for position number 3. This is the hardest out of all 3 positions. Bring the big toes to touch in the center with the heels apart. So now we're pigeon-toed. So now you do actually want your big toes touching. So if your feet are apart like this, bring them together so that those big toes touch. And looking straight ahead, you're going to put about 5% more of your pressure into your big toe joint in order to activate the muscles of the arches of the feet. Make sure that your knees are nice and straight. Looking straight ahead, keeping those arms relaxed at your sides. We're going to go straight up and down 10 times. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So that's round number 1, and the full sets and reps is going to be 10 repetitions in each of those 3 positions, and you're going to want to cycle through that for a total of 3 sets. So I recommend that you do 10 reps with your feet straight, 10 reps with your feet turned out at 45 degrees, 10 reps with your feet pigeon-toed, and then stop, take a second to actually walk around a little bit, come back to it, reset, and then do your second set, and then again walk around a little bit, come back, and then you're going to want to do your third set. Now I'm going to give you some tips for success so that you get the absolute most benefit out of this exercise. So tip number one, definitely do this with shoes off. One of the biggest purposes of 3-position toe raises is to actually strengthen the muscles of your feet. And one thing that we know about shoes is that shoes actually impede the muscles of our feet and cause our feet to become weakened. So if we can remove our shoes when we do this exercise, we can be sure to get maximum range of motion and maximum muscle contraction, not only in the feet but also in the lower legs. So make sure that you remove your shoes. Tip number 2 is, as you're going straight up and down, imagine or try to lean back. Now this is kind of hard to visualize or hard to think about, but I'll show you from the side. The tendency to, as we do these, is to actually shift forward as we go straight up and down. And the purpose, or one of the more, looking at this on a more global scale from like a total body benefit of 3-position toe raises, is to actually help improve our vertical alignment. So in other words, this is going to help us to be more upright and to be less slouchy. But in order to get that benefit, we need to emphasize doing this with those 8 load joints stacked, or 4 from one side. So shoulder, hip, knee, and ankle, and going straight up and down. 1, 2, 3. Now mine definitely aren't perfect either. I definitely have a tendency to shift forward a little bit as I do these, which I think pretty much everyone is going to have a little bit of a forward shift doing these without holding on to an object in front. But really what we want to be thinking of and focusing on is trying to lean back and move back as we're going up at the same time. 1, 2, 3. So that's what that's going to look like. It's tough. But by keeping the body vertical when we do the 3-position toe raises, not only are we going to strengthen and activate muscles of our feet and lower legs, but we're also going to cause a muscular response in the hips that's going to translate to a better upper body position. And that's one of the key benefits of doing the 3-position toe raises with the body in that stacked vertical alignment. So now, knowing all of this, how does this relate to the other version where we're holding on to an object? Be sure to visit that video on my channel, because when we're holding on to the object, it definitely makes it easier to keep the body aligned in that vertical position, and that is definitely how I recommend starting if this is your first time doing this exercise. So once again, that's the 3-position toe raises with no hands, without holding on to any object. A great time to do this is as part of your warm-up. If you are going to be doing any kind of walking using your legs, which is pretty much just about anything, before walking and running, absolutely would recommend doing 3-position toe raises. Or if you're part of one of my posture workout programs, you'll find this incorporated into some of the workouts. So I hope this video tutorial was useful, beneficial for you. If you have any questions, please post those to the comments down below. And thanks for watching. See you soon.